Okay, welcome back. This is part 6 of CSS grid tutorial, and for this video I'm going to go through max content, min content and min max content using grid. I have a container set up here with 8 items in it, and I've set the container to grid. I have just some background colors in there so you can see them. So I've set it to grid, but as you can see there's nothing happening yet. So for our normal grid we'd have our template rows, repeat, and we give them a specific height, so like say 200 pixels. So I've set 4 rows here to 200 pixels. So the first 4 are 200 pixels, and then the auto placement comes in and it just sets them up automatically. So same with the grid template rows, or columns, sorry. So we could do repeat, and we'll just do a 4x4 grid, and we'll set this to 1 FR, so 1 fractional unit, and sorry, there's a typo there. So now we have a 4x4 grid, and it's not taking up all the height. I must have a height set up here, do I? No. The width. So it's a 4x4 grid, and it's taking up the columns are taking up 1 fractional unit each, and the rows are 200 pixels. So I have some text here in the last item 8, and as you can see it's fitting there, but just see what happens if I reduce the row height to 100. See the way it gets cut off, so that's a problem. So how do we solve this? So now each row is 100 pixels. We've 4 rows set up, we're really only using 2 because we've 4 columns and we've 8 items. But just to show you, see this piece here is getting cut off. So I'll just put that back to 200, and we'll fix that. You can fix that. So we'll first look at max content. I'll just comment this out now. And max content, basically, so for text, so if your content is text, the content will not wrap, even if it causes an overflow. So I'll just show you that here. So we'll do a grid template rows with 4 1FRs, so 4 fractional units, and then we'll do grid template columns, and we'll do repeat 3 by 1 FR, 1 fractional unit, and we'll also do max content at on the last column. Now you see what happened here. So max content won't wrap the actual, so this is the part that was getting cut off the last time. It's still highlighted there, you see that? So what it does is max content tries to fit the full sentence into the container, even if it overflows the container. So it's after overflowing here. So like even now, if I just double this, if I double this, the content inside in this, just double it again, it's even going to get bigger. So look, it's even scrolling all the way to the end. So it just never wraps. The way to fix this is we can change this max content to min content. Oh, sorry, I'm on rows, so I'll just put that back, max. So the way to fix it is to use min content, and min content for text, if text is the content, it will soft wrap if it can. And it will become basically as small as the largest word in the row. So we set that up by grid template rows again, and repeat. We'll start with 2 rows this time, and we'll give them 100 pixels. And for the columns, template columns, we'll give them 3 columns, and we'll repeat and we'll do a max content on that, just to show you first. So we have 2 rows at 100 pixels each. So this is what we had. We had the max content. So as you can see, it's huge. It's going all over the place. If I change this to min content now, it will just soft wrap everything. So as you can see, it's soft wrapped, but we can't see it because it's getting cut off on the rows. So grid template rows is set up to repeat 2 by 100 pixels. So if I also change this to min content, that will fix that. And now the row grows to accommodate all the text. So if I take out the second line of text here, the row will shrink to accommodate it. So this is pretty cool if you have a dynamic website set up and it's accessing its content from a database, but you don't know what size the database or how big the blog is or whatever. You can use min content here to grow your cells as large as you want and keep your website looking good. So it's very, very handy tool. Now also you can see we can also use minmax. So minmax, I'll just comment this one out again. We'll go down, and so minmax is basically setting up your grid. So we set up the grid rows first, repeat 2 and min max 100 pixels for the min, and the max will give it 160 pixels. And then for our columns, we'll do the first column will do min max 200 pixels for the minimum, and 400 for the max, and then the other ones we'll do just repeat 2 columns, we'll give them 1 fractional unit, and the last one we'll just do min content. And for some reason that's not working. Why isn't that working? Okay, you see there I have a typo there. In content. So we have 2 rows. They have a min of 100 pixels in height and a maximum of 160 pixels in height. So at the moment we also have I'll just throw on the grid there in the debugger to show it. So we got min max 200, 400, and it's at 400 width here now at the moment for the columns. So columns are 200 min, 400 max. That's for the first column. The next 2 columns are 1 fractional unit, and the last column has min content. So the width of this column is the minimum content, and you can see it's actually the largest word again, the largest word, so it soft wraps if it's min content, and it just has the width of the biggest word basically. So if I just went up here now and just say we copy this one. So if I just copy that and make it a huge word, so like just make it some massive word like that, you'll see that it grows to this massive word here. That's what min content does. So I'll just put that back to what it was. And it goes down to the largest word basically. So it's been cut off here again, down here. The reason for that is that we have set the rows. So each row is set to a minimum of 100 and a maximum of 160. So if we inspect this and turn on the grid, you'll see that the min max here, look, is 160, 100, 160, and it's at 160. This is at 160. The way to fix that is, instead of saying min max 100 pixels, instead of having this 160 pixels set for the maximum, we could just do another min content. And then the row actually takes up the whole length of the sentence. So this is pretty cool. So also, so we've set grid template columns to a min max of 200 by 400. So it's the minimum 200 and it's the maximum 400. So at the moment it is at 400 pixels. So just to show you here, I'll just copy this and we can throw it in here just to show you that this will go all the ways to 400. Throw on the inspector again and click on the grid. So it's at 400, the maximum. So at the moment it's at 400. This, if I decrease this, not much happens because I've set the width of the container to 1000 pixels. But if we set it to 90%, we don't have to comment out this one, because cascading style sheets basically they cascade. So if you have width 1000 pixels here and then underneath it you have width 90 pixels, it's the latest one in the file. So the last definition will be the one that gets set. So that's how cascading style sheets work. So now I've set it to 90%. This grid should start getting smaller as we go. So look, see, it's all the way to 400 pixels now, that first column, and as we keep squishing it, it goes all the way down, and it will go to 200 pixels and then it will stop. As you can see here, look, 200 pixels, and now it doesn't go anymore. So now it's just going to overflow the actual container. So that's pretty cool. It goes all the way down and then it stops at 200 pixels. So you can always keep a column at a specified width with the min-max. So it will only grow to 400, but it will only shrink to 200. And that's pretty cool for your responsive web design. So going from desktop down to mobile phone, that's pretty cool. I'll leave it at that now. So that's your min content, max content, and min max content settings in your grid container. And I'll do another one on responsive mobile grid layout in the next one. So I'll see you in the next one.